Warning.
Watch very closely now. 3, 2, 1. Bzow! Check that out.
The following podcast features terrible jokes.
You know you can use Hot Wheels cars when you need to make a saving throw in D&D? Every car is die-cast.
Usually about board games.
We want the fun. Gotta have that fun.
Must insist that no one attempt to recreate any joke performed on this podcast.
We had less technical issues than $1 Million Company.
All right!
This is Boards and Swords.
Hey out there, everybody. Welcome to Boards and Swords. This is a podcast that I need to hit record on that features bad jokes, good folks, and tabletop games. I'm one of your hosts. My name's Chris Renshaw. Let me throw it over here to my partner in crime, Mr. Philip Herbig.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Monday, October 13th.
Luckily not Friday.
2 days
13th.
late. Because we were 2 days late, man.
Yeah.
That would have been great.
Yeah.
But we're here. We are here with your podcast about all the gaming stuff that we find interesting.
Yeah, that's a good note there. And with us this week, we have Drew from 1 Inch Heroes. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, and I smell great.
Awesome. So for anyone that's not doesn't follow you on Instagram, why don't you give us a little bit about what you do?
Basically, I am a 40K cosplayer. I am a miniature painter and sculptor, and I have a love of all things miniature, and have since I was a little kid. So I've been in the hobby now for about 30 plus years.
I'm sitting there like, that's almost older than me. I'm starting to get out of that 30s bracket. So we're gonna have a whole lot more to talk with Drew about, because especially like once I show you the pics, if you haven't seen the pics of him in the Space Marine armor, it's pretty legendary. But first, Philip, we got some news. So, serious question, not really. When a sun dies and becomes a black hole, why don't we call that starving? So first story here is about the Don't Starve, the board game, which is another one of those, the board game based on the video game, based on, flashy ads don't convert nearly as well as genuine conversation. Don't Starve, the board game, guns for biggest Kickstarter tabletop raise of the year, after topping 1 million within hours of launch. So, if FYI, all the people that used to back CMON stuff, they're now back in it. An intensive pre-launch community building campaign has already powered Don't Starve the board game to one of the biggest Kickstarter raises of 2025, with about a 1.5 million pledge less than 24 hours after the project's launch. In fact, I should probably look to see what the actual where it's at right now, because let's see, that this article was written about a week ago, and yeah, because today's the 13th, so almost 2 weeks ago, and they're already $3.1 million out of $50,000 goal with 9 days to go. So
40 unlocked stretch goals.
it's just a different mini.
incredible.
Literally the CMON model of like, it's a new mini. Probably.
It's a new mini. We put the fancy coating on the front of the card.
Yeah. Don't
And
Starve.
now we put it on the back of the card.
Well, now you get sleeves.
Woo!
Don't Starve is an adaptation of the Tim Burton-esque survival game of the same name. Managed to rack up more than 60,000 followers for its Kickstarter campaign ahead of the launch, after publisher Glass Cannon Unplugged leaned hard on engaging with video games' existing fans. Company co-founder and CEO Jacob, I'm not even going to try that, told Board Game Wire. Let's see. Already makes it the 5th highest tabletop fundraise on the platform this year, and shows it tracking ahead of the 2 biggest Kickstarter raises in the category this year. Uh-oh. Did I just lose? There it goes. Up. Yep.
Oh, we're gone. We're back. We're going.
I have no idea what's happening here.
You guys, I'm going home.
Uh,
Oh, now I'm in two places at once.
well, because it. Oh, I know why. Because it's okay.
Alt F4.
Yeah. There it goes. It like when I tried to click to like fix it, it clicked one on your link, so it like brought up just your video. Okay. Let's see. I don't think we need to. So here it is. The appetite for crowdfunding campaigns is still there, but it's much more it's more cautious. Backers today are better informed, and they've seen enough campaigns to know the delivery dates are rarely exact. I mean, that is entirely true. That means trust and transparency are more important than ever. The market is definitely more competitive, not just in terms of volume of campaigns, but in terms of quality expectations. It's no longer enough to have a big license or cool miniatures. I feel like that's a stab at Simon. You need a compelling, polished experience and clear communication. Although, yeah. Okay, at least he says no longer enough, because I was like, we are talking about a game based on a big license and cool miniatures.
Yeah.
But it's kind of funny because, like, I feel like this article is, like, something that we just keep learning all the time, which is like, hey, if you build community with your fans, you'll do better instead of just, like, buying ads.
What?
I know. Amazing, right?
It's amazing what actual word of mouth does.
Yeah. I mean, that is
You know,
why...
especially nowadays with the advent of social media.
Yeah. And, I mean, that's why, you know, it took so hard for GameFound and other sites to pick up on Kickstarter, because there's just a built-in ecosystem in Kickstarter of people that just like...
I mean, and there's the I don't know if there's a term for this, but like the noun became the verb.
Yeah.
I mean, like
I think
it's like, oh yeah, it's
I think it's ironically, I think I heard it called once the Xerox effect.
oh, okay, that works. Yeah. I mean, kickstarting something,
Yeah.
which was already a verb. It just become like, oh yeah, it's we're kickstarting. It's like,
Yeah.
oh cool, all right, yeah. Everyone knows automatically what that is. Something on GameFound, something on
Backer
was there
Kit.
another one mentioned? Backer Kit, yeah. Like Backer Kit used to just be the behind the scenes stuff for fulfilling Kickstarters. Now
Yeah.
it's a crowdfunding platform.
Right. Yeah, and Glass Cannon's one of those kind of companies to keep it, like, companies that are kind of coming up quick with a lot of, like, big games, especially like big IPs. They're kind of like, you know, they mention it in here, but I did get similar vibes to Steamforge Games, where like, we're going to put out all the IP related board games and miniatures games, because I'm pretty sure that Glass Cannon is who's doing the Diablo, like, RPG and
Okay.
game coming out. So they did Frostpunk, the board game. I've been seeing some people in our local store playing that. Dying Light, the board game, which has not reached backers yet. And then, let's see, Apex Legends. Oh, yeah, planned crowdfunding campaigns include Diablo, the role-playing game, and strategy game March of Empires, Time of War. Yeah, we've learned over the years that Kickstarter campaigns don't really start on launch day. They start months earlier. For Don't Starve, the board game, we leaned heavily on community building, developer diaries, early AMAs, playthroughs, and consistent engagement with both the video game and board game communities. I mean, that's kind of like what it's like what you bring up all the time with what was it, Thunder Road Vendetta, where they like canceled it after day one, and they're like, we need to do more community building, and then they relaunched it, and it did like 10 times better.
And the reason I mentioned that was like, because it funded.
Yeah.
it funded in that first day, and they were like, yeah, but it funded in like 19 hours, and we wanted it to fund in 4 hours. And I'm like, you still got your money though.
Yeah, but they're like, we could have gotten more money. Because you got to look at you're looking at those slopes, and they got the tools that are like, you're estimating to get no more than this much, and they're like, gotta pump, those are rookie numbers, gotta pump those numbers up.
Yeah.
Every stretch goal had to add meaningful value, more replayability, more variety, more ways to experience the game.
Yeah, these minis look great.
Oh, let's see. I've never played Don't Starve. Have
I
either?
haven't
Neither
but
have
these minis look amazing.
So it's a cooperative roguelike survival game. Okay. That transports 1 to 4 players into an unrelenting realm where magic and science intertwine in ways better left unspoken. Let's see if I can scroll down and see some of these. How much is this going for? $129
gets you everything.
Is that it? Yeah, that's every. Okay, so there's really just 2 pledge options. I mean, there's the add-ons only, but standard game is $80 and then $130 for everything, but not including shipping. That's pretty good. Looks like it's listed for March 2027, so I feel like they're being a little bit more realistic. They mentioned being more realistic in their shipping goals in the article. So that definitely seems like it's more realistic. Let's see.
Yeah, I've definitely seen some Kickstarters that were like, we're going to start shipping as soon as we collect pledges. And I'm like, on what planet?
It depends on what it is. I've seen, like, if it's like an SDL, like if it's for minis for like if it's digital rewards, I've seen those that
that's fair.
Ship immediately. Like what was it? Trench Crusade last year, they were pretty quick on getting the digital minis out to everybody, the STLs out to everybody. I don't even know if they've shipped like all the physical rewards yet, like if you had them print the minis or the rule books and whatnot. All right, bud.
They haven't shipped the rule books yet because I still haven't gotten mine.
Gotcha.
You're talking about that digital only stuff. I'm reminded of a scene from Futurama where the 2 little kids order something from a magazine, and it's like, it says allow 4 to 6 seconds for shipping. More like 7.
Holy crap. I just keep scrolling. This does give me like Simon.
Right, they
this does give me Simon stretch goal vibes.
And when you get down
Companion
to
app.
when you get down to the $3 million stuff,
Yeah.
I mean, they've already hit the 3.1. They just haven't done the unlock and made it fancy looking yet.
Yeah.
But some of these miniatures look cool. And a painted miniature, that's... I wonder if someone's going to paint it or if they're going to use one of those fancy AMS things on a 3D printer.
Yeah, maybe. 1 to 4 players, cooperative experience. So, there you go. All right. All right, best joke I've got here. What does Bruce Banner's kids call his mother? GAMA. So, I love the short version I put in the show notes where it was GAMA doing GAMA things.
Yeah.
So GAMA, was the Game Manufacturers Association of America. They realized that hey, there's a whole world out there, so they're rebranding themselves to GAMA, the Tabletop Game Association. And then they've got this like big 10-year plan to like become the epicenter of the global gaming industry. Set its sights on becoming the epicenter of global tabletop gaming and the unveiling of its first ever 10-year plan, which comes alongside the association renaming itself, blah, 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 blah. There's a lot in the article that'll be in the show notes talking about they've been, getting people, advocates up to DC about the impacts of tariffs on the industry, and kind of getting like support for that kind of piece. Yeah, somebody else in our Darren in the chat also waiting on the his rule book. I was thinking about that. Let's see. Ultimately, in 10 years, we would like to be seen as the epicenter for tabletop gaming on both a hobby level and a mass level, and we want to be a global organization. I do know from having conversations with some people in the Toy Industry Association side that there are a lot of people that have been a little disheartened with how things have been approached from an advocacy perspective. So we've been having a lot more questions coming to us. But even before that, the goal was to move out of the idea of it being hobby, the same people you see inside the walls of Gen Con Origins, and more onto a mass level where we're reaching more people. So they're trying to push to bring more mass market companies into GAMA. Although that just reads to me as like we want some more high dollar people giving us money. Hey, if we expand our reach, then we expand the potential of people giving us money.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to be, the epicenter of gaming, the money's got to come from somewhere.
Yeah. I just always find it funny because GAMA I always like to pick on GAMA because it just seems like full of good ideas that don't get executed. Like anytime I sit and talk with like industry people and like, there'll be like maybe some store owners there. Like I'll be at something like PAX Unplugged and I'll just be because Philip, you know how you get at cons where like you just end up sitting down and talking with people and it turns out that person runs a store, that person designed a game, and like, you just happen to start talking about something and people just chime in because you're talking games.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, every time like somebody brings up GAMA and I'm like, this right here, this is what GAMA should be. Because it's like a bunch of people from different perspectives in tabletop, talking about things that could be done better. So, but the other big thing I wanted to talk about is GAMA also revealed that the GAMA trade show that's usually every I want to say it's February, March. That it's that one's it's a convention, but it's a purely trade show. Like retailers go and companies go and give presentations about like this is what we've got coming out, and that's where like they're trying to get store owners to place orders for goods. Like usually there may not be necessarily a lot of stuff to buy there. It's like demos and maybe product teases to get companies to like put in orders with their distributors and such. It's like making connections kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
And like T-shirts and hats and pens.
yeah, that kind of thing. Yep. It used to be in Reno, and I think it was in Vegas for 1 year. Then they moved to Kentucky, but apparently they've outgrown Kentucky. Now it's going to be in Baltimore. So right in our backyard, Philip.
All right. Can the game store get us like some official looking shirts we can sneak in?
Well, I might be going to this year's the 26 GAMA trade show just because last year was the first year our local store owner was open and she went to go, and I just kept the entire time while I was looking at like the list of who was there, and I was like, oh, I've interviewed this person, you're gonna want to talk to them. Like I've talked to this person, I've talked to like you're gonna want to talk to these people, and she's like, next year I'm just bringing you.
There you go.
I'm like, okay.
Oh, ow, twist my arm.
Yeah, exactly. So, GAMA is also runs Origins in Columbus, Ohio. So this year was 19,000 people, which up 8% on 20, so almost to the high of 20,000 that they recorded in 2019. They would like to see Origins reach about 35,000 attendees over the next 5 years. Wow. That's a lot. That's like double the amount of people when I was the last time I went to Origins. That is a lot, especially considering like I haven't been to Columbus in a while, but I don't remember there being too many hotels around that area. Although maybe I'm wrong because I know the Ohio State University is like right down the road from that. So maybe I'm wrong there. But yeah, the biggest I wanted to bring up the GAMA trade show thing since that's going to be like in our back door now. But yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, next year's in Kentucky, and then I don't. So it's very clear because it says their contract ends in 2027. I don't know if that means like January 1st or like December 31st. So if it's 2 more in Kentucky and then it's Baltimore.
Well, I'm on Gamma's website.
Oh, okay. So they have the actual dates there.
Yeah,
Okay.
April 25 to 29.
Okay. Oh, it's in April.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I wonder if that guy's going to be there selling the ice cold water.
And it's only $1. Did you hear that Games Workshop is making a 40K version of the sitcom Friends? The theme song is "Towel Be There for You." So, too big.
Boo.
Yeah, I know. Towel suck. Two big reveals for that I wanted to highlight for 40K that I thought was cool. First up, a little disappointing. They revealed. You remember? So Philip, do you remember we did the story where they announced what there was the Tomb World one that had like the cool Necrons, and then they had some leaks expose what the third set was, and they got all pissed that they had to reveal that one. And it was like, we don't know what set 2 is going to be. Well, this is now what set 2 is. It's called Dead Silence, and it's going to feature, speaking of Tau, some Tau stealth suits versus Space Wolves. Huzzah! I'm just disappointed because I was really hoping we were going to get a Grey Knight space team in this, Grey Knight's kill team in this set, because there were rumors or people speculating maybe it'd be like Grey Knights and Demons, but it's just like, I mean, the Tau look kind of cool, so it's got more of your suit team versus the other kill team for Tau was just the Pathfinders, which are more like the normal dudes. So this is more of an elite team where you get your drones and your stealth suits. But then it's like, we just got a whole bunch of like Space Wolf upgrade kits. Like, we didn't need more Space Wolf models. Like, literally, I don't know.
I also think it's kind of funny that they release a kill team when the Hounds of Mordkai are already a unit.
Yeah. I don't know.
Come on, Chris. The best thing about Space Wolves is more Space Wolves.
Nope. The thing is, Space Wolves are boring. There, I said it.
There's a wolf.
Say, don't let my wife hear you say that.
They're just space Vikings.
That is why she loves them.
Yeah.
This dude's armor has no sleeves, okay? Like, that's how you know he's a badass.
He cut them off, that's why. I don't know. What Drew, what is your favorite chapter?
Oh, it's probably Crimson Fist, because that's what my armor is.
That's fair.
And that's what I play.
This guy looks like he's got a Ghostbusters trap here. Like, I remember there was that. Philip, did you ever see there was that extreme Ghostbusters, where it was like the new kids being Ghostbusters and like Egon was the mentor?
Yes, I do remember that.
Their ghost trap looked like this, or it was like a circular type thing.
It was fancy and had like the quadrant shaped opening.
Yeah. Oh, you get a wolf though, so this will sell out completely just because.
Yeah, you get a wolf.
So that was one of the releases, and then they released. We got the holiday boxes came out to a lot of mixed results, because some of them are like really good and some of them are just like We took a bunch of starter kits that didn't sell and repackaged them together. So first up, this is one of the ones I think is going to sell out. The Emperor's Children, complete with the nice new Fulgrim model, and then all the different Noise Marines. So, yeah, looks like 13 models total with the Primarch. Yeah. So all kinds. Yeah, here we go. 6 Flawless Blades, 6 Noise Marines, and then Fulgrim. You got your Leagues of Votann. So here's your other Space Dwarves. Let's see. Iron Master with Ironkin Ascendant, 3 Thunderkin, 2 Earthshakers. So lots of stuff in there. This one is one of the ones that was like the most, like when I was listening to some pundits talking, the Tyranid one, because it's 5 models, which granted they are big models, but like I think the Neurotyrant and the Screamer Killer are both models that they just had in the starter kit for 10th edition, the Leviathan. So it's like, oh, we just had all these sprues on a shelf. Let's just shove them in a box, wrap it up, call it done. Speaking of Tau, there's more Tau. This one's got your big suits. The Riptide, Broadside battle suits. And then, of course, everyone's favorite, Space Marines. Again, with the Leviathan Dreadnought that was also, or not Redemptor, it's the Ballistus, yes. Ballistus Dreadnought, along with a Redemptor Dreadnought. But like, for instance, this Ballistus Dreadnought and these Stern Guard are, again, those are Leviathan models.
I don't think the Stern Guard are. They look like they look like they're going to be the full kit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the push fit ones from Leviathan didn't have the back banner on the Sergeant.
That's true. I forgot about that. Another one, Chaos Space Marines. The video I watched talking about this, they just thought it was funny because it includes a Rhino. Because I think apparently that Rhino kit is from like 2003 and hasn't been updated since.
They're just playing to the lore using old equipment.
Yeah. So lots of, and then see Astra Militarum, the Krieg Assault Siege platform. This is another one that apparently is probably going to do pretty well because everybody loves the I think, what was it recently? They did just do a whole bunch of new Death Corps of Krieg actual models. So here you can get a whole bunch of them all at once. So, all right, Philip, any of those look enticing to you?
So, I mean, I'm a big fan of red.
I wondered about that.
As a color in general.
Yeah.
Cool suits and everything. I actually, what caught my eye is I scrolled a little too far. Past the Astra Militarum there.
Yeah.
And like, nope, keep going, right there. So many faces.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that is a lot. Although it reminds me of that booth we saw at PAX the one year where it was like, scan your own head.
Yes.
So
that's
like,
pretty cool.
They could scan your head and your like friends' heads, and they would send you like the STLs, or they would print them out and send them to you, so you could put your faces on your minis instead, like kit bash your own heads on there.
Boom. Primarch Chris, Primarch Phil.
Yeah, I was gonna say I just sculpted a beard onto one of the bald heads for my own captain.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. I watched this show where a couple had to pick what types of drinks they were going to have. Not really what I was expecting from a reality show. So, more Netflix and Hasbro trying to squeeze money out of every IP possible. They're turning Clue into a murder mystery reality series. This is a murder mystery reality series. Hasbro's new plan to monetize its most famous board games is by turning them into reality shows. On October 7th, Deadline revealed that Netflix plans to turn murder mystery classic Clue into an unscripted competition series. So this news comes less than a month after the streaming service announced its plans to produce a Monopoly game show. I don't even remember hearing about that.
No, that's news. A
Yeah.
Monopoly game show?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's going to ruin families like the board game does.
Netflix's Clue will task players with solving a string of mysteries. They'll need to compete physical and mental challenges to collect clues, and then they'll have to correctly guess the murder suspect, weapon, and location to avoid elimination. Every correct guess increases the series' overall prize money. While the contestants perform ludicrous tasks for our pleasure, the usual stars of the classic board game will apparently be swaining around too. They name Colonel Mustard, Miss Scarlet, Professor Plum, and Mrs. White as confirmed cast members. So, and you know, it just there's some notes.
There was a movie.
Yes, yeah. No, the Clue
Because
movie.
there's also a series in 2011.
The movie is completely interesting because apparently there were multiple endings that they made, and different theaters got different endings.
Oh, that's amazing.
So, like, you'd go see it at, like, and this is before the internet. So, like, you'd go and see it at one place, and your friend might go see it somewhere else, and you'd be like, no, this person. I think if you go watch this, I think if you go watch it now, they've compiled like all of them together, where like it just clips back to the things like, or what if this is how it ended?
Yeah, I think that's how they did it on the DVD.
Yeah.
It's also got Tim Curry from 40 years ago. I mean,
it's also got Christopher Lloyd in it from 40 years ago.
Oh, yep, there he is.
Yeah, I think he
with
was
the
Professor
glasses.
Plum. Yeah, no,
Yep, there's
that
an actor.
I don't know if that movie holds up, but that's definitely worth a watch.
Oh, we're gonna find out. watch
Let's
it. It's
see.
$4
They talk about how just like competition shows, you know, you got the whole Squid Games, Love is Blind. Apparently there's a show called The Traitors, which was a game show that was like a ripoff of Werewolf and Blood on the Clock Tower. They're thinking it might be kind of like that. I don't know. Like, I feel like this falls into the it's going to be really good or it's going to be eh.
I have the feeling, like with most reality TV, it's going to be eh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna get a massive showing on the first episode because of the board game recognition.
Yeah.
And the TV series and the movie.
I think the last
And then it'll die off.
I think the last time I ever seriously watched a reality show was sorry, I have to admit this, but it was MILF Island. Just because just because the premise seems so outlandish.
I mean, I watch Great British Baking Show, and I feel like that's the reality TV I can deal with.
Sorry, it was MILF Manor was what it was called, not Island. It's like they weren't on an island. Just because like my brain couldn't process, like you saw clips of them like both being like, wait, are they going to be like dating their like while their kids are right? Yeah, that's exactly what was going on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
There is a train for every passenger.
Apparently. At least with like the baking ones, you can, you know, talk about them and not be ashamed about it.
Well, that was I just saw that episode of Ted Lasso where they're in the pub and Rebecca's mom is like, "Oh, hey, can you ask them to calm down about the game?" And it's like, "Oh, they're not watching a football match. They're watching last night's baking show."
All right. Last story. Philip is going to Star Trek to our local store with his wallet once he hears about this new Magic the Gathering release. So, two stories here. Wizards revealed their Magic lineup for next year. So there's a whole bunch of stuff coming out. So 26 will start with the release of Lorwyn Equipped, which is a return to the plains of Lorwyn and Shadowmoor after 15 years. Then the March set, it talks about Universes Beyond that's been unnamed, but it has been obviously past October 10th. So it was revealed that's going to be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set, which is great because apparently it includes a co-op game mode and Pizza Lands. So like we've already seen like they got Shredder and Krang on here, but like the best part, obviously all the turtles. The best part of the Pizza Lands though, like, hold on, I got to see if they, yeah. Like, I want to buy this set just for these lands.
Just to have the lands.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Like, I just need to buy some commander decks to get the pizza lands because there's no that's just classy right there. So for those over audio, basically it's just pieces of pizza that have got the different symbols for the different land types as toppings on the pizzas.
Oh heck yeah! Even so, and green forest. That's broccoli.
Yeah,
100% a piece of broccoli.
Yep.
The onion on the island for the tears.
Yep. There's a mushroom as the skull for the swamp.
That is pretty sweet.
So yeah, so we got that, and then 2026 April we get Strixhaven, which is basically the Magic version of Harry Potter.
Wow.
Then the second Universes Beyond, that's going to be Marvel Superheroes, June 26. And then there's going to be they're going back to Lord of the Rings and doing The Hobbit in August. And then back to October 26 will be Reality Fracture. And then this is where I was like, Philip, get your dollars ready. The fourth Universes Beyond set in 26 is in November is going to be Star Trek.
Right,
So
look at the full gallery. Oh, they're not in the full gallery. Oh no, there's just 2 pictures.
yeah, no, it's too far out to get any sort of. I mean,
3 pictures.
We're talking a year and a month away from now.
Oh, still, but
Why,
they've
may
already
have
given a little preview of.
While they may have
we got a
cards,
crystalline entity.
They may have cards of designed, but there's no way that they've all done through all the licensing approval and all that.
Oh yeah.
So they will not show any of that yet.
I mean, because we're already mixing 2 generations. We've got Enterprise D and Enterprise No Bloody A, B, C, or D.
I would imagine if they did the commander decks, there would be like one for each, not each show, but like each era. Like one deck would be like
one for each captain.
I don't know, because like usually they do them in sets of 4. So I would imagine like a TNG one, like a TOS one, and then probably like a villains one. I'm thinking like the Doctor Who one, and then I don't know.
Okay.
And then maybe
because
you put
if we
like DS9 and Voyager together.
Because they did, yeah. Well, I mean, you get a Kirk, Picard, Cisco, and Janeway deck.
Maybe.
That's 4.
I don't have a dog in this fight because I think the last expansion for Magic the Gathering I played was Weatherlight. So I am so far out of the game.
I don't regularly play, but I will buy a commander deck and then just occasionally, like, Philip and I just like carry it with me. Somebody's like, let's play a commander game. Okay.
Let's play an unofficial commander game because I'm pretty sure all my cards are banned now.
So, all right, and them's your news there. So
now I'm just like thinking of like what kind of instants and sorceries you can have. Probably one where Cisco decks Q. He's like, Picard never hit me. I'm not Picard. That would probably be a
well,
counter.
I mean, you're going to have like the Picard maneuver, those types of things.
The Riker maneuver.
Beam me up, Scotty's probably going to be a card. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of things.
And then people will gripe that was never actually said in the series.
Yep.
I was just about to say that.
Why is this card here? They never actually. It's not a line of dialogue.
Excuse me.
Well, actually. All right. Turning back to Drew, why don't you tell us how did you get started playing like Warhammer and such in the first place? You know, way back in
It was sort of a twofold thing. My dad found a Realm of Chaos,
Ooh.
Slaves to Darkness book at a yard sale, and he got it for me when I was a kid, and I didn't understand it at all. I had no experience with role-playing games or tabletop games. But all I knew was that the art was amazing and the miniatures were even cooler.
Yeah.
And then I sort of went to the local comic book shop and saw that they had Warhammer, and I still didn't understand it, but I picked up a box of Space Marines. Because I had always been like a hobbyist. I built model planes and cars, you know, but once you're done, they just sort of sit on the shelf. And so these, I was like, oh, well, I can paint them up and sort of play with them, I guess. And then a friend at the time came over and was like, oh, I didn't know you played Warhammer. And I was like, I don't. What is Warhammer? You know, and he said, well, bring all your dudes over and we're going to play a game. I'll teach you. And I went over and he curb stomped me. But I was hooked. And from then on, I loved miniatures. I loved painting. It was off to the races from there.
Awesome. So not only you talked about like cosplay. So what happened first? Was it the getting into the cosplay, or was it because you also do commission paints?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually started to do commission paints probably about 25 years ago, somewhere around there. But this was before the internet and social media took off, so all I really had was word of mouth. And once I kind of exhausted the local supply, I really didn't, I wasn't able to take on more work. So I sort of put it to the side for a bit, and then nowadays, everybody and their brother can have an Instagram, a Discord, a Blue Sky, a Facebook, everything. And so I basically just put myself up as 1-inch heroes, using the original name that I had for my commission painting service, put it up on every social media I could find, and it just took off from there.
Yeah, like I don't know if you can see on there, Philip. You see how awesome some of these paint jobs are?
Oh yeah, I pulled up the Insta.
And I mean, that's not even getting into like I love the Angeron. That's so cool.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, he was a fun piece. He had a kind of a limited palette, so I was able to move through him pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And it's not just Warhammer stuff. I paint anything. I recently painted some Cyberpunk Edge Runners for the board game of the same name.
Yeah, I'm getting like Jaina Proudmoore vibes from World of Warcraft. But then you get into the cosplay stuff, and it's crazy. Especially like seeing let's see, where was I swear I saw a picture that was a little bit closer. Oh, here you go. That's right. It was the Nova one.
Yeah. Yeah, so the cosplay just sort of evolved. This is actually my third iteration of the suit.
Wow.
Because the others I built out of incompatible materials, and for example, the one before this was actually armor because I built it out of fiberglass.
Nice.
And we hit it in the chest with a hammer and it took it. And so I had this whole getup on, and it was really cool because it looked like armor. It moved and felt like armor. But the problem is it was like wearing a small fishing boat
Yeah,
all day.
I was about to say it was probably really hot
and
and really heavy.
yeah, and when I took the straps on the harness off, it looked like I'd been in a car accident.
Ooh.
Like that's how bruised my body was.
So what is this
But
one
the
made out of EVA foam?
yeah, that's correct. Yeah, it's made out of EVA foam or anti-fatigue mats, yoga mats, whatever you want to call them. And it's all assembled with like hot glue and super glue in some places. Um, it's held up surprisingly well because I've had the suit now for probably about almost a decade. And it just takes some TLC every now and again to keep it in operating repair.
Gotcha. What's the bolter made out of? Is that also foam?
Yeah, that's also EVA foam with some little bits and bobs that I have put on there. Like all the rivets on the bolt gun and on the armor are actually googly eyes.
That's funny.
So yeah, they make perfect rivets. They're small and flat and round.
Yeah, no. As soon as you said it, I
And
was
you can
like,
buy
nope.
them in bulk.
That yeah.
I just want to know if does it then rattle every time you move because all like the eyes moving around.
No, I actually poked the back of them out with an X-Acto and put a drop of super glue in there and then shook it until it stuck. So that way I don't sound like I'm just rattling full of coins when I'm walking around.
So do you do any 3D printing? Does that help at all for the cosplay?
It is going to now. I've got a couple 3D printers at this point, and I've printed out a couple of pieces for the helmet that is usually clipped onto my belt. But some of the helmet greeblies are 3D printed. And the purity seal.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
I'm probably going to 3D print those going forward because the ones I have are actually cast resin.
Oh.
So a friend actually sculpted me the original one and gave me the rubber mold for it.
Nice.
And then that way I was able to just make my own purity seals for the suit.
That makes sense. Just small enough pieces that it's not going to be like super.
Yeah, I mean, I have seen some folks out there who are 3D printing the entire suit, and I'm like, it's a matter of weight, man.
Yeah.
Like you can have a full operational suit of Space Marine battle plate, but if it's all 3D printed, it's gonna be heavy as all get out.
Yep, and hot.
Yeah, and hot. You know, the foam is hot enough for me. You know, and I've got spots in the underarms and where the hips meet the legs that are somewhat open so that I get some air movement. And in the backpack, I've actually built a fan mechanism that draws air in to the core of the suit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that definitely helps. And there's also a fan inside the helmet up at the top in that like mohawk portion.
Yep.
Yeah, so that draws cool air in from the top of my head, which is very handy.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, because that I could only wear that even if I had the time and patience to put one together, I would probably be like an hour, and I'd be like, I'm done, guys.
Yeah, yeah. I think I stomped around at Nova for something like 5 or 6 hours in the suit.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I definitely brought a lot of like hydrant packs for my water because I was like, I am sweating my own body weight.
Yeah.
In this suit, like every other hour.
There you go. That's how you lose weight.
I was gonna say I need one of these suits now. I need to.
I mean, it's pretty good for working out. I mean, you get your cardio in. That's
you get your
sure.
cardio and your technically weightlifting too.
Yeah, that's true.
If I can get my eyes
altogether, I think the suit probably only weighs maybe like 30 pounds.
Well, this version.
It's this version. The fiberglass one was probably closer to like 80 to 100.
Jesus.
But like I said, it was armor.
Yeah.
You could actually beat on it, and it would take a beating.
You just
Okay, so we couldn't do it at conventions, but if we modify the bolters to be airsoft guns,
you wet.
I've actually seen them modified to be Nerf guns.
Oh yeah,
which is pretty cool.
Or you just modify. Actually, that's something. Like I'm surprised they just don't like you modify a Nerf gun to be the bolter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, the Nerf Strife is the closest to a standard pattern bolter.
Yeah. Wait, which one is now?
Not that I have extensively researched this or anything.
I was about to say I have to look that up because that sounds familiar.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the Nerf Strife.
That looks about right. The Nerf Modulus Strife, yep.
Ah.
Yeah, and with 3D printing, I've actually seen some that will actually fire Nerf darts and then eject casings, which is wild to me that someone engineered that.
Oh wow, yeah, that looks a whole lot like especially the bolt pistol.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're almost there. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're pretty much there. Yeah, because it's got that straight mag.
Yep.
And the extended barrel out from the body. I mean, you basically put a frame of foam over that, and you've got yourself a bolt pistol.
All right, Philip. We still got time for Halloween.
we do. I mean,
you might want to start a little earlier than that if you're going to build a suit of Space Marine armor.
No. We're just gonna build the bolters.
Yeah.
Oh, all right then.
That pesky job gets in the way, though, man.
Oh, tell me about it. When I built the suit, I actually built two, because my wife has one.
Oh wow.
Yeah. She has a Space Wolf.
Right. I kind of figured.
And I'm pretty sure if you scroll through my Instagram, you'll see her and I at I think it's Awesome Con from a couple years ago.
Gotcha.
That she's in the power suit, and so we built both of them at the same time, and we were doing it in like a 2-bedroom apartment. So it took up the entire living room to build these sets of armor, and we basically just had to put everything away when we were done. So it took an awful long time. But now I have a house with a dedicated workspace. So for the next iteration of the suit, I think I'm going to do a Mark 10 Tacticus armor for the Primaris.
Nice. What? You're not going to do some Terminator armor?
It's a matter of storage, my friend. I can only store so many suits of power armor at once. I don't have like a Tony Stark warehouse full of different marks of armor.
I mean, not with that attitude.
I mean, otherwise, yeah, I would absolutely build a Terminator suit. That would be dope.
Because yeah, you got your Terminator suit, you got your Gravis.
Mm-hmm.
Now, looking at this, is this the because you mentioned stomping around? Is this like your foot is where the knees are on this thing?
Yeah, okay. That's correct. So it has 14-inch risers in it, so I'm actually 7'5" in the suit.
So that's about firstborn size, right?
Yeah, it's about firstborn size. I probably won't go too much higher just for balance and safety issues when I make the Primaris suit.
Yeah.
But it's got risers in it. So it gives me the height, and it's basically like walking around in drywall stilts. I've built the little platforms inside to stand on, and made them out of as lightweight materials as I could while still supporting my weight.
Right.
Yeah. So I may actually invest in some actual like drywall stilts for the next iteration of the suit. It's because clearly I've been using it.
Yeah. Let's see. Yep. I finally got a pick. I found a pick with the helmet on it.
Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah, the eyes light up too.
That's what I gathered. That was like I don't know if you saw the story where they're Joy Toys making the full size wearable helmet that has like light up eyes, and I was just like, if they got it at the booth, I'm buying it. I've been scrolling through trying to see if I could find the pick of the two suits. I don't think I've gotten far enough, or I missed it. Either one.
Yeah, I might. I was gonna say, let me see.
I love the Tech Marine. It's so detailed. The pick.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, that was a really fun piece. That was a really fun piece for me. I also did a custom painted shoulder pad for him.
Yeah, I can see kind of a little bit of. Looks like it might be some freehand on there.
It's a skeleton. It's a skeleton with one wing made of feathers and the other wing is made of circuitry.
Yeah. Okay. Is this it?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's the fist, not a skeleton.
Yeah, and that's you got to remember that thing is literally like less. That's probably 3/4 of an inch wide.
Yeah, it's like the size of your like pinky nail.
Yeah.
Because I hate myself.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, I just saw the crashed.
Oh, the crashed escape pod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that one was fun. I put a LED effect underneath the base of it in that next one, so it actually flickers.
Yeah, I saw that, and I see that's something like I keep meaning to do and I never do. Where I saw somebody use like tea lights, and
yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, basically you just get like cotton and just kind of stretch it out, and then like spray it like black is what I've seen, or like a dark gray. And then
black and grounds, and
I've and I did some oranges underneath close to the base, so it looks a little bit like the flame is climbing.
Yeah, I see it. That makes sense. I keep seeing that. I saw that also something similar at Nova once for the Heresy games I play in, and I just keep like, oh, I need to do that, and then I never get around to it.
Yeah. Well, Halloween is the time to stock up on tea lights.
That's true. No, the day after Halloween.
Well, okay, fair. But yeah, now, 'tis the season, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Man, these faces, like, that's one thing I've tried doing some work on recently, and I just not good. Like, when you sent me that meme, Philip, where's the, you put it's floated around for years where it's like you put helmets on your Marines to make them look cooler. I do it because I can't paint faces. We are not the same.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the big thing with like miniature painting is bases and faces.
Yeah.
Like if you can put the focus on the face and make a cool base to go with the miniature, then you've done a lot of the heavy lifting.
So have you found any of the skills translate between the cosplay and the miniature painting?
Some of the weathering.
I bet. Yeah.
So for like doing damage to the suit, and making it look like something has just torn it up. You can kind of look at the miniatures that you've done the same work on and say, okay, well, I know how that's supposed to look.
Right.
So you can do like, metal tearing or, bullet impacts, that sort of thing.
Nice.
Like on my one pauldron, I've got the claw marks going through the chapter symbol.
I was going to ask, how did you end up doing that? Was that just like a hot wire?
No. What I did was I cut a like little V, like a valley,
Mm-hmm.
in it with a sharp knife, and then hit it with a heat gun, which causes the edges to sort of peel away and deepen the valley.
Okay.
So it makes it look more like a natural claw or talon or something when across it.
Gotcha.
And a lot of this stuff is stuff I just picked up, in years of hobbying and on the internet. I got started with this build, as a matter of fact, from the Obscurus Crusade, which was a 40K cosplay website, which is long defunct now. But I believe they've translated over and have most of their files still available on the Facebook, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, like there were people that made 3D print files, or not 3D print files, they were print files. You printed
Right.
them out and made a pattern like you would for a dress. And then, laid it on top of the foam, cut out the foam, angled it, made it all, put it all together.
Right. So yeah, I remember just seeing all the cosplay stuff just reminds me, because there was a period of time during the pandemic where I thought about like just using free time. I was also before I got into playing Warhammer. So that and then painting took up all my free time.
Yeah.
We're like making like some EVA, because I was also like when the Mandalorian came out, I was like, I think Philip, it was like I got the like patterns for it. I was like, I'm gonna
You
make
got the pattern for the helmet.
the
somewhere.
helmet, yeah.
During the lockdown, I did an awful lot of commission work.
I can
because,
imagine.
So many people were like, "Well, I can only order the stuff, so I'm not going out to shops."
Yeah.
They would get it, they'd build it, and they'd go, "I have no idea how to paint this," and I want someone else to do it for me.
Yep.
For when this is all over, I want to be able to play a game with a cool army, and I was like, "I'm your guy."
But I just remember hearing like stories from some of the other when you were talking about like the sweating. I just remembered hearing stories about like the like they call it like the stink suit that you like usually the wear underneath. That's like the skin tight suit that's like under. It depend. I guess everybody makes their stuff different, but this one cosplayer was talking about it was like they had like a skin tight black suit that was underneath everything, and just how drenched with sweat it gets over several days, and so it's just like it just gets wadded up into a bag and then just like directly into the washer.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. The whatever I'm wearing underneath the suit is pretty much like done as soon as I get home. Like it goes right in the washer. Yeah, because if I'm doing multiple days of a con, and I'm gonna wear the suit for more than one day, I will bring a different like undersuit for each day, because it's just otherwise you are gonna be the stinkiest, messiest cosplayer walking around, and nobody wants that.
If you're being a plague marine, then
Well, I mean, there's also limitations. You don't want to perpetuate that stereotype of the typical gamer, who has hygiene issues. I think we've all evolved past that.
you just gotta start. You just gotta add a deodorant mister into those fans.
I mean, give the inside of your suit a wipe down with Lysol.
Yeah.
At the end of the con, and you're pretty golden.
That's fair. Have you won any awards with your suits?
I won the amateur award at Baltimore Comic-Con a couple years ago. And the judges were like, "This is your first EVA build?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I just dove into it head first, and they were like, "Wow, it's really well put together." But I haven't really entered it in like cosplay competitions. I tend to just do this for love of the game.
Right.
You know, I like to stomp around. I love people asking to take their pictures with me. It's always gets a kick out of the kids.
Oh, I bet.
You know, especially when they're like, "Can I take my picture with you?" And I'm like, "You want to hold the bolter?" You know,
Of course.
and which is really funny because like little kids will go, you know, like they light up and they're like, "Yeah, of course I want to hold the bolter." And the same thing with 40-year-old men.
Yep. Exactly.
They're like, "I can hold the bolter."
I mean, I specifically have a picture of PAX Unplugged when they did the Kill Team Live laser tag of like me with the las rifle, just cause you know, same thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Philip, I'm serious. We may have to start. At least get the bolter going.
At least get the bolter going. Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
Where can we find these? Hey, we can find these on Amazon.
I'm sure you can.
These stripes.
The the next suits that my wife and I are going to build, we're going to do Death Watch, so we can go out together as a unit with our own
nice.
individual chapters.
That's a good idea because then
Ooh.
not everybody has to be
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah, and then we have a buddy of mine wants to put one together to be an Iron Hand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that sort of thing. So we can all go out together as like a big squad.
Nice. Yeah, I feel like it's funny because like part of me goes because I love Gravis suits, but I'm like that thing would be so even more bulky.
Mm-hmm.
Just 'cause
Yeah,
it's,
and it's amazing. I actually took a road trip to Adepticon this year, and I packed the whole suit in the back of my truck, and drove it across the country,
Wow.
to stomp around there for the day.
This is a Gravis suit, by the way, Philip.
Okay.
The-
What's like the difference?
Well, it's a lot bulkier.
Oh, bulkier.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
cool.
bigger.
Let's see. I think it was only a few.
And it's got like a different helmet too, doesn't it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like there's your Gravis, and then like I think these are your Phobos. This is like the opposite side. So this
Yeah.
is like your more scout type armor. That's got that like
Which I have seen some people do, and it is really cool looking.
yeah. I imagine I think that Space Wolf that we were showing off, I think that might have been Phobos armor too. The one without
Yeah,
the
it
arm,
was.
without the sleeves.
Okay, that makes sense.
Just trying to see if there was one. But yeah. I would imagine like for anyone because we've had people asking questions because that was one of the other benefits was we've had a question in our queue for a long time was someone talking about like bringing someone on to talk about commission painting, and I imagine like Instagram and such is like that's like if you want to know how to get started, I feel like that's the thing to do is just start an Instagram, paint your own stuff and post it on there because that's how you're going to advertise to people, right?
That's usually what I do. Yeah, I basically just like to paint my own stuff, and little projects here and there or whatever piques my interest, and then put it up and yeah, basically just say I'm open for commission work. You know, and I've got people lined up right now to get commission work done, and I will say, if you're thinking about starting commission work, one, don't. And two, if you do, you better really love what you're doing because
Yeah.
you're going to do it a lot. And that's, for me, it's, you know, miniatures are more than a hobby. They're an obsession at this point, and I just love them.
That's fair. Oh, I remembered I had another question. Do you ever have like game stores wanting you to put the armor on to like help with a event?
I have actually gone to a Games Workshop when they were doing one of their shop opening celebrations.
Yeah.
And they did not ask me to go. I just sort of showed up, and everybody lost their minds and thought that was great. And then afterward, the manager of the shop took me out to dinner.
Nice.
To thank me for you know just showing up and being rad.
Yeah, I got it. I bet that's got to be, especially like, oh my gosh, no, sorry, I just have this picture suddenly of like, the sign thrower guys, but having just like a space marine doing sign throwing, like for the
Just flipping a plasma rifle around.
yeah, well, no, like even just like the big huge like arrow signs for like GW store
Grand opening this way.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
just on the side of the road somewhere. It's like, look, all you got to do is just slip a few minis into my power pack, and we'll call it even, right?
Yeah, that's why I stopped working for GW, because I couldn't pay my rent with minis.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one thing I've gotten. I like anytime, like you hear people complain about like this game's unbalanced or that game's unbalanced. I'm just like, after what I've seen and heard, they don't get paid enough to care about balance. Like,
Yeah, it's. I know when I worked in the GW shop, I never did.
so,
People would complain like, "Oh, this thing is unbalanced," and I'm like, "Okay, I can't do anything about that for you."
Yeah.
But I'm just here to facilitate a good time.
nice. So what? But on the flip side of that, if you wanted to get into the cosplay part, how would you recommend doing that?
There's a lot of folks who have cosplay files available online that you can find. This one, I started with some templates, but a lot of it I kind of eyeballed as I went along, and everybody is different. So you're gonna find like, oh, this chest piece is too tight, so I'm gonna have to widen it, or my feet don't slip into the legs of this, so I'm gonna need to make the legs a little wider. You know, getting started, just do it. Find something small that you can work on. Like I started with the helmet.
Yeah.
Because even if I got through the helmet and went, oh my god, I cannot take making an entire suit of this. I still have a cool helmet. I have a cool art project I did. I can wear it. I can show it off. And that way you won't get so discouraged by taking on such a huge undertaking. And so start with something small. Start with a bolt pistol. Start with a helmet. Start with, just making purity seals. See how you like it. See how you like doing little cool stuff. And then if it's ignited a passion in you and you need to burn that fire, then keep going, and build more.
And it's probably one of those things. I imagine it's probably like whenever you get started painting minis, I always have to tell people, because like they'll see my minis, and I'm not even the greatest painter, but I'm better than I was, and people will see that and be like, oh, I could never, like, your models look too good, I can never get it. It's like, well, you just have to recognize that your first models are always going to be bad comparatively.
The first pancake is always the worst pancake.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I still have some of my original minis that I painted from way back in the day when I first got started. And and I keep them around as a reminder. Like, look how far you've come. It's any skill, any talent is just time and effort.
Right.
And that's the biggest thing I tell people. I didn't sit down and start cranking out these cool looking minis. It took me 30 years to get here.
Right.
And the same with the cosplay. This is my third attempt at the suit, because
that's
the
what I was
first
going to say.
two
I was
were
going to
not
imagine.
Great.
I was imagining it would be the same way with cosplay, where it's like your first suit might not be perfect.
Yeah, but you got to do it, like I said,
Right.
for love of the game. And, once you have it, it's a cool thing to have.
Right.
And for anybody who's ever come up to me at a con and, actually, the details on my armor, I'm like, well, where's your suit?
I just figured that you just you just get in his face and grunt.
I built this whole thing, and you haven't. So
I find it amazing that
That's-
someone's willing to go up to you when you're wearing all of that and then say something like that. I would be like completely embarrassed.
Yeah. I think the worst part is when people think I'm wearing actual armor and will hit me.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
the
so-
other way. I was gonna say people come up to you and actually be like, you better be lucky I'm not wearing the fiberglass armor.
Right. Because
I'll
I would be
thump ya.
too slow and I would never catch you.
Ka-chunk,
thump ya.
ka-chunk.
I might be able to fall on you quickly.
The fiberglass armor, you almost need the arming chamber, like in Space Marine, where like
I mean, it did take some friends helping me into the suit, to get it moving.
did you have them wear their tech
Oh,
servitor outfits?
100%. We would start chanting from that scene in the show. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a picture floating around the interwebs somewhere of me getting my bolter blessed by a tech priest at Nova.
Oh,
I mean,
nice.
why not? Because yeah, there's all sorts of the cosplays there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, yeah. What I always tell people is like, don't compare yourself to me because like I've been doing this
Mhm.
for a couple years. Like, you just need to compare yourself to your next one.
Yeah, you are only ever competing against yourself, and if you are better today than you were yesterday, you've already succeeded.
Yeah, or I guess your previous one. Compare yourself now to the one you
Right.
did the other day.
Yeah,
the last
exactly.
one.
Just keep at it. That's the thing I tell people is I try to hobby for an hour a night.
Yeah,
I can do more, but I try not to do less.
right.
And that's one of the biggest things for me is just making sure that if you make it a habit,
Yep.
habits will continue you forward when inspiration fails. Because if you're sitting there going, oh, well, I just don't feel like it today. But if it's a habit and you're like, all right, well, I'm going to just do basing on these guys, and then the next time it's, oh, well, I'm still not feeling into it. I'm just going to paint the silver on the bolt guns and backpacks, and then before you know it, at the end of the week, you've got a full squad.
Yeah.
And you're like, huh, how did that happen? So it's just perseverance and patience and time. That's all it is. Any skill, any talent can be learned that way.
What is it? That like 1,000 hours to master something?
I actually heard that was debunked. I think I heard it on another podcast where they debunked that myth.
But I feel like the
but,
concept is still solid of like, you need to put in the time before, you can really be, quote, good at something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not,
Yeah.
you can't just be overnight. Like,
Yeah. And I mean, and I know some people that have picked up a miniature brush and started painting, and holy cow, their first minis put my minis to shame. Like my first minis are atrocious
Yeah.
compared to some of their first minis. But you know what? They're just going to have to put in the time too. They're going to have to learn and be better than themselves than they were the day before.
and then you also find out that they had like skills in another job or hobby that just transferred easier versus, so they're not
Mhm.
starting at square one like you are.
Right. Yeah, and that's helpful. That's but again, that's something they learned.
Yeah.
It's something that they put the time and effort into learning and practicing.
Yeah, it's like whenever you see, like, I always find it funny, the kind of, we're seeing it more and more, but the intersection between miniature painting and like cosmetics.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
people talk about like dry brushing, and like sometimes the best dry brush is just the $7 makeup or $5 makeup brush.
It absolutely is.
Or like when you see people that have they've done makeup and stuff for a while. Yep, exactly. I have one of those too.
Yeah, it's just a like $3
Well, it
little,
used to be $3.
well,
It's probably closer
fair,
to 7
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, that's the whole principle of the thing.
yeah.
You know, is just do what you want and stay passionate at it, and most importantly, keep at it.
All right. I feel like that's a great place to end the show, right? All right.
That
So
works for me.
if people want to follow you and see more of your work, and or maybe if someone's interested in a commission, where's the best place to go?
1inchheroes.com. Or you can contact me through any social media site as 1inch Heroes.
Awesome. All right, Philip, I'm gonna cue up that beautiful bean footage.
And that's been our show. We want to thank Drew for hanging out with us, putting up with Chris's horrible jokes. I saw the groans through the video there. It was great. Thanks to the chat for hanging out with us. If you like what you see, you got to check us out, boardsandswords.com/live. It's got the schedule and the links to the streaming channels. Just check out boardsandswords.com in general. It's got a whole bunch of things, stuff we've done in the past. It also has the link to our Patreon, patreon.com/boardsandswords. You can help support the channel and send Chris and I to all these exotic locales we go to for conventions that are just like, and Nova's an hour away. I mean, that's
And by
so
send
easy
us
to get to.
places, he means keep the server bill up.
That's right. Keep the server so that way we can keep bringing you cool information from all the random shenanigans we get into.
All right. Send us feedback. Let us know who we need to have on next. Feedback at boardsandswords.com. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Boards and Swords Chris, at Boards and Swords Pod on Facebook. And again, like Philip said, boardsandswords.com for links to everything else. Like the Patreon, check it out. Help support the show. We will be back in 2 weeks with another episode. I've got the CEO Aaron from Rollacrit. I already did an interview back with him a couple weeks ago, so we'll have a pre-recorded interview in there. That was actually a lot of fun. Spoiler alert, something I didn't know, but it makes sense now. Most of those guys are ex-ThinkGeek guys. So if you ever wondered, like, what happened to ThinkGeek, well, they formed Rollacrit. So, in the meantime, we'll be back. And in the meantime, remember that every gamer has a story, and this one is only 1 inch tall.